And new here at 6 o'clock, Prisma Health is investigating after a doctor testified at trial about illegally accessing files. Dr. Michael Ward testified last week during a civil case. Stefan Hopkins, who you see handcuffed here in this video, was suing Greenville County and the Sheriff's Office for excessive use of force. Now, Ward examined records about his injuries. The jury ultimately ruled against Hopkins' claims.
Now, a local activist is calling for action from Greenville County. Fox Carolina's Grace Runkle joins us live with why he's asking officials to hold this doctor accountable.
Well, Dr. Michael Ward is a freelance forensic pathologist working with a company called Pathology Consultants, Inc. At a Prisma facility, he accessed Stefan Hopkins' health records before Hopkins signed a release giving him permission to do so. Now, activist Bruce Wilson is calling on Greenville County to cease business with Dr. Michael Ward. The county is one of forensic pathologist's clients, but Wilson says they should reconsider until the investigation is done.
You accessed his medical records, his private medical records, before he actually signed a medical release giving you or Greenville County or anyone else access to those medical records, didn't you?
That is the date that that is correct.
A revelation from the witness stand.
Here we go again.
The county won in Stefan Hopkins versus the Greenville County Sheriff's Office. But activist Bruce Wilson says they aren't off the hook. He wrote this letter to Administrator Joe Cornell asking them to sever ties with Dr. Michael Ward, a forensic pathologist contracted by the county.
Holding him accountable is to make sure that resources from Greenville County or tax dollars are not given to this man for anything.
Ward was a defense expert witness in the civil case, testifying about Hopkins' injuries. Judge C. Mark Hayes decided not to strike his testimony, but reminded jurors he violated state law.
You may consider all of the above in your deliberation in assessing his overall credibility.
Ward testified it was the only time he had looked at records without proper permission. Wilson says an investigation needs to happen.
To have this doctor first not only breaking the hospital rules, go against HIPAA, but actually violate state law, and to think it's okay to get on a witness stand and testify and then admit that, yeah, I've done all these things, but so what?
Now, HIPAA, which you just heard Bruce Wilson mention, is short for the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. The law is supposed to protect your health records and keep them from being released without your permission. Now, we've reached out to the county and Pathology Consultants, Inc. for comment. We have not heard back from them yet. In the studio, Grace Runkle, Fox Carolina News.